Welcome back to the South Coast and Dezzi Raceway, to be exact. It's the first time National Championship Racing has hit the South Coast in a long time. And lots of action has taken place so far in production cars. We're now going to see what's happening off the circuit as well. And then we head back onto the track for the Engen Volkswagen Cup. The brat pack of cars have made their way down to the Dezzi Raceway for the very first time. A couple of new drivers have joined us for the very first time in the Engen Polos, and looking forward to seeing what they can do on Dunlop tyres at a Dunlop-sponsored circuit. And it's a shorter front row. Yes, indeed. Matt and Chris on the front row, on board with Matt Shorter on the line. Something's broken! Oh, on the start, he's broken the car! Chris Shorter, his brother, goes flying past, as does the whole field. Fortunately missing the man who stalled on the grid with an issue. As they go down into turn one, it's already getting real and very real between Matthew Hodges and Tasman Pepper. Hodges got it sideways, and here we can see from Daniel Rowe's point of view, his stablemate from Engen Motorsport just stuck on the line and does not get off at all. His brother, though, gets the whole shot.
Great driving there from Daniel Rowe to miss the stranded Shorter. And look at that, going into turn one. It really is a tight left-hander, so there's bound to be some action, and action aplenty there was. On board now with Sean Lerezave. As he goes through that right hand, you could see the elevation, and the cars just drop away. Oh, running wide there, and a great pass there, taking advantage of the mistake.
Yeah, Gabba making a mistake as they went into the corkscrew and just running wide. You can't afford to go wide there because it is an off-camber circuit, and at that point particularly, probably the worst place to drift wide, because on your left-hand side, about 10 meters away from you, Jean, is about a 30-meter drop. Don't do that again, that's going to hurt.
Tasman Pepper, she made the mistake going into turn one, so she's got a lot of work ahead of her. She's got a lot of fast drivers. And who's that?
Hodges. No, Holtzhausen, his teammate. Can you believe it? The two cars very similar in the saucered colours now. And of course, Hodges already had a big incident at turn one, and now his teammate Holtzhausen is out too.
It's still Shorter out front, but he's got Daniel Rowe right to his tail, going for the pass. Oh, you got him. Oh, he's hit him. That's going into the final turn. You could see he was trying to line it up, and he's put the cone there. It looks like Chris Shorter is going to take the win ahead of Daniel Rowe, with Sheldon van der Linde there in third place.
The Hollard Insurance and Turn 1 car taking the first victory ahead of Daniel Rowe in the Ferrari racing machine. Sheldon van der Linde, our championship leader, there in third place with Brad Limburg on his tail, and Lerezave down in fifth. Bland winning out the Masters. Let's find out from Matt Shorter what went wrong.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got a good draw, luckily, but then unfortunately off the start, as soon as I released the clutch, the side shaft just snapped. So, yeah, you know, this is racing, these things happen. I guess that's just the way it goes. Luckily, we've got second for race 2. So let's hope that our side shafts stay intact for race 2, and yeah, we'll see if we get a good start and see how the rest of the race goes, and hopefully we can still take away some valuable points from this weekend.
It's a Ferrari car that's going to be on pole, and Daniel Rowe behind the wheel. Let's see if he can capitalise and get away from the rest of the field like most drivers have been able to do here today. Lerezave a little bit further back behind Hodges as they head down towards turn 1. On his inside is Brad Limburg, and right out in front, looks like it might be the second Ferrari car getting the whole shot. The two champion cars side by side, and looks like it might be Shorter making amends into second.
All 17 cars safely through this time around turn 1, but is that man Daniel Rowe out front? Sheldon van der Linde, he's had the pace all weekend, just needed the start. Looks like he's got a much better start this time, and he's got Matthew Hodges, Sean Lerezave and Matt Shorter trying to make up for a disastrous race number 1.
Lovely stuff here from Shorter, just getting ahead of his teammate, but I'm sure he'll probably give a bit of an open door policy at some point to allow Sheldon through to catch Daniel Rowe. Daniel Rowe leading things out, clipping the bump on the inside of that turn, heading down to the double right-hander, very hard on the brakes, very late on the brakes, in fact a little bit too late, and missed the apex slightly, but manages to stay ahead.
Daniel Rowe is out of here, and a much better start from Tasman Pepper. She didn't get caught up in turn number 1 again, and she's made her way up into 6th place, and that...
Holtzhausen again. Can you believe it? The 959 boys are going to be working hard on board with Shorter now as he goes into third place, trying to fight out for third. In fact, problems for Shorter. Pulls to the sideline out of race number 2. So from hero to 0, unfortunately.
Daniel Rowe comes through the final chicane. He's going to pick up race number 2 win. What an amazing drive from start to finish. Looks like Sheldon van der Linde is going to pick up second, just ahead of Matthew Hodges.
Hodges also turns his day around and comes back for the victory in the Masters in race 2. Keeps the championship very much wide open, heading into the next round down in Cape Town. Daniel Rowe from van der Linde, Hodges winning the Masters. Second place in the Masters was Gabba and Trevor Bland in the Nathan's Motorsport car in 8th. We head down to Cape Town, as we said earlier on, and Sheldon van der Linde still has the lead. Matthew Hodges has got some work to do, as has Daniel Rowe, and Trevor Bland still in with a shot. Daniel Rowe was our race 2 winner. Let's find out how it went.
Yeah, I pushed really hard to the max. Sheldon caught me towards the middle of the race, and then from there I managed to keep the gap to the end. So yeah, I'm very chuffed with both race 1 and race 2. I mean, I got a second and a first, and I think a win for the day. Super chuffed, thanks to Ferrodo, and Champion, Signature Motorsport, the Final Linders for everything they do for me.
Out of the